Greetings, YouTubian buddies. This is Ultimate23Dragon, and welcome to the part 2 of the part 2 video. Now, the last time I did the comments reaction video, I actually had 6 different topics that I wanted to cover. I only managed to get to 5 because those other 5 segments managed to get to just about 2 hours. The 6th part was an hour and a half. So I was not making that video 3 hours long, so I cut the main event and put it into an all separate video all of its own. Because the story behind all of this is so stupid that they actually deserve their own segment. And you will notice throughout the video how ugh it was for me, because everyone is just so freaking stupid. Now, for those who don't know, the main event of the comments reaction version 2 video was going to be, or is actually, the Austin Hill fan club. These are the dimwits who think that the only reason which Austin Hill is despised by me is because of what he did to Johnny Sauter at Texas and Iowa, and then other things after that. They forget that the Austin Hill story started before Daytona in 2019, with him basically ride-snatching Brett Moffat's ride, the ride he won the championship in 2018. That's where the story starts, as you'll hear throughout that particular part of the video. So, now for the Austin Hill fan club and the multiple anti-Sauter dimwits. Here is the video just for you guys, and for those who want to watch the rest of the comments reaction video. This is the grand finale of the comments reaction version 2 part. Reacting to the idiocracy, moronity, and anything here in between, that is the Austin Hill fan club. Okay, so here's the story. Brett Moffit, driven for Hattori, comes off with a Miracle Truck Series championship win, right? However, this is without sponsorship, so Hattori ditches Brett Moffit, and they bring in a driver named Austin Hill, who may or may not have had some form of sponsorships, because throughout the season, by his own admission, he kept finding more and more sponsors, which means he may or may not have had these sponsors to begin with. And everyone was against Austin Hill getting this ride, because they were not happy about the fact that he was replacing the reigning truck champion in his ride, which was illegitimate in itself. It's reminiscent of what happened when Timothy Peters stole Johnny Benson's ride, when Red Horse said, well, we'll have to cut Johnny Benson because we don't have sponsorships for him and all that stuff. Oh, but we'll bring in Timothy Peters, who legitimately in his career only had 1 year of sponsorship while racing with Red Horse. And that was him with K&M throughout 2010. That's it. Every other time, you may have a sponsor here and there, but most of those other years that Timothy Peters was with Red Horse, he was either sponsored by Toyota, which they were sponsored to begin with, or Red Horse themselves. That's it. Austin Hill was seen as going down the same path as Timothy Peters, which is why his nickname was the next Timothy Peters. So, yeah. So, he gets a win at Daytona, which literally anyone can win. Hi, John King, wherever the freakazoid he is now. And then, Austin starts going here and there with his racing style, culminating at Texas, where he wrecks out Johnny Sauter. So then, he and Sauter are racing the next week at Iowa, and Sauter barely dodges Hill going into turn 1, and then Austin Hill, for no reason, dumps Johnny Sauter. This is twice now he's done this. So, Sauter, showing his displeasure, spins Hill out. Austin Hill still kept going and finished the race. Oh, but NASCAR decides, no, we can't have that. We're going to park Sauter for the race. And then had the brilliant idea to suspend him but not the guy who started the entire thing to begin with in Austin Hill. That's where the story picks up. Because for whatever reason, Austin Hill started getting fans after that. Because of his ridiculousness, his whiny style, his illegitimacy, and it's apparent that him being a ride snatcher means nothing at this point. Oh, he's a rival of one of Ultimate23Dragon's drivers. Let's love him now! And that's where this bullshit began. So without further ado, here is the main event. The absurdity, the stupidity, the illegitimacy. That is the Austin Hill Fan Club. Are y'all serious about comparing this to Kyle Busch in 2011? Busch's retaliation against Hornaday was illegitimate. Sauter's here was legitimate. The only reason Busch was suspended to begin with was because Hornaday was the driver NASCAR wanted to see win the title in 2011, and Busch ruined their plan for that. If Sauter gets punished, Austin Hill should too. After all, it was Austin Hill with the illegitimate retaliation, not Johnny Sauter. Duh! If Sauter is punished and Hill is not, then you know how NASCAR feels about both drivers. A guy we already know NASCAR hates, and a guy who in the last 7 months has screwed the last 2 truck champions at least once. So Austin Hill goes on to have some whiny rant saying he's not going to put up with that, but did he forget how Sauter told him he wasn't going to put up with us? Austin, Johnny didn't put up with you because you didn't race Sauter clean. That's why he wrecked you. Duh. Reverse psychology doesn't work here, dude. Apparently it does. Sauter started this whole damn thing, and you know it. He damn near dumped the guy. I think you forgot Texas, dude. So NASCAR does the predictable thing and suspend the driver they don't like, while embracing Austin Hill as their new hero. Should Johnny Sauter get suspended for something so minor that hardly affected Hill, but Jeff Gordon didn't get suspended for putting Clint Bowyer's head on into the wall in 2012, eliminating his championship hopes? Welcome to 2019, where we live in a world of sensitive snowflakes. Pigeon Joseph Lombard! Sauter should be suspended. If you're gonna suspend Busch for what he did to Hornaday and suspend Kenseth for what he did to Logano, and you better suspend Sauter. Stay consistent, NASCAR. You're a Jeff Gordon fan. Your argument's invalid. Anyway, Jeff Gordon has been one of NASCAR's guys for years. Johnny Sauter has been one of NASCAR's enemies for years. Their anti-Sauterism is predictable. Sauter should have had the same punishment as Busch. Well, yeah, suspended for a weekend. So, yeah. That's kind of what happened here. Why? Sauter was wrecked twice by the same guy. Busch was just scooted up the racetrack by Hornaday. Sauter's lesson to Hill was legitimate. Busch's to Hornaday was not. Sauter instigated the incident by running into Hill. If Sauter ran into Hill, Hill would have wrecked and Sauter would have had damage to the front end of the nose. Hello? Hill put him back under green. Sauter potentially put safety crews in harm's way by acting like the big dummy that he is. He should have been parked for a lot more than one race. Now he can go home and cry. He raced a late model race in Wisconsin and finished second to Ty Majeski, so that's not going home and crying? So, no? And where was the safety crews in this? Like, the incident involving Sauter was in turn 3. The Hill retaliation was in turn 1. Besides, I think Texas says otherwise. Wasn't aware that Texas was yesterday. Wait. Still not allowed to run over any driver for any reason under caution. Even Baby understands that. What does Kyle Busch got to do with this? Like, what? And Texas was the previous week, not yesterday, so you're kind of off on that. So, Texas was the previous race, so... Huh? You don't ever want to run a driver under yellow for any reason. Sauter and then the suspension should have been longer. And you think Austin Hill didn't deserve one for causing 2 wrecks against the same guy? Atkins was suspended for retaliation against Joey Logano a few years back. Just saying. Yeah, and that was under green, too, so your logic is flawed there. Although I do think NASCAR did that to eliminate him from the playoffs so they could have the other 4 mega baddies in the playoff, make Logano look like the bad guy even though they failed in that part, and try to make Kenseth look like a cult hero which lasted about 3 weeks. And then this idiot who's a part of the Austin Hill fan club decided to keep going and going and going, and he failed. Know the difference between green and yellow, or haven't you got that far in preschool yet? Know the difference between legitimate and illegitimate, or have you not learned opposites yet? Know the difference between human and a piece of garbage. It's time for you to be flushed. I don't fit in the toilet, thank you. I think you failed that class anyway. I don't think you ever passed preschool. You're one dumb idiot, aren't you? A baby knows you can't run over a driver under yellow for any reason. Stop wasting your time, you're not going to win. Dumb idiot, you're one to talk. I was so smart I started school in kindergarten. That's actually a true fact. Compared to you, I left you in the dust. As for Austin Hilly Willy, he hasn't learned that stupid moves result in consequences. And his acts will now result in his peers seeing him as less as a driver when it comes to him. He hasn't learned that lesson, and obviously, neither had you! So even after the Chicago incident with Grant Enfinger, which NASCAR conveniently didn't upload... Don't think I don't know about that, NASCAR. We now fast forward to Michigan, where we have a situation where an idiot rookie driver named Cody Warball, or however the hell you pronounce that name, causes an incident on pit road which damages Ross Chastain and Johnny Sauter, 2 of NASCAR's enemies. So I make the observation. Cody Warball just triggered NASCAR's wet dream. Him turning in way too early into his pit, getting in the way, taking out 2 of NASCAR's enemies that they don't like. I'll be sure to keep an eye on this guy in the future to see if he does any more dumb things. And this is not even about Austin Hill, but here comes the Austin Hill fan club. How is it too early? That's usually around the spot where you turn in. It wasn't like he was 3 stalls behind. You didn't watch the video, did you? Watch closely and you'll see that Cody is slowly merging at least 5 to 6 pit boxes before his own when the standard is 2 to 3. His pit sign is literally right there, not definitely 5 to 6. No, this was definitely Sauter being an idiot like he usually is. Shut up, you Claude. You already proven an idiot in the first part. And you'll be proven a bigger idiot later on in this sector. Like the 9, not the 17. The 9's pit box was the pit after the 17's. And then some other idiot makes a fake observation to try and mock me. We'll keep an eye on Ultimate23Dragon to see if he does any more dumb things, just to post his own wet dream, like another low IQer. You haven't been here long, have you? He definitely hasn't been here long to think that I'm a guy. Oh, dude, you haven't been here or in this community long, have you? Let me help you here. NASCAR hates Johnny Sauter because he had an encounter with one of their guys, Matt Kenseth, years ago. In addition, dumb things have happened to Sauter, and only Sauter, over the last 15 plus years. NASCAR hates Ross Chastain because of that one Kevin Harvick incident at Darlington last year that put him on the map and made him an instant fan favorite. So of course NASCAR would love seeing those 2 get taken out. Hopefully I boosted your low IQ a bit more now. And then if that particular part of the Benson World disaster wasn't bad enough, then we had Tyler Ankrum getting turned to start a wreck, and the wreck was caused by Matt Crafton. And then, of course, Super Claude gets involved because he decides, hey, DJR Crossley is doing great. Hope nothing happens. And then all 3 trucks get wiped out because of something Crafton caused, not Decker, Darian. So I just say a simple comment. A simple comment. Not even an observation. Just a fact. I blame Crafton and Darian for this. What a pathetic race this turned out to be. He was pity because Chastain didn't win. Huh? Wait, huh? At least somebody makes sense of this. Typical Truck Series fashion. Everyone wrecks out, and there has to be a driver like no talents that wreck the field. And that was followed by, actually, it's probably because Austin Hill won. She's a Sauter fan. Like, that's a reason, but it wasn't the only reason, so... Justin's not even one of my guys. So, yeah. And Super Claude. Yeah, I also saw Darian was back at his games on Twitter. He's honestly just a joke at this community at this point. NASCAR YouTube bust. Black Flags Matter. Yeah. Also, Darian, what did I tell you about White Knights? Does she ever have anything positive to say? Show me something positive happening in a NASCAR race and I'll say something positive about it. There's nothing positive about the Benson World Truck Series disaster of 2019. There wasn't. I can't say anything positive about it. Show me a race where something positive happens, and I'll say something positive about it. That's how logic works. It wasn't anyone's fault. Ankrum spun his tires and Crafton didn't know, and this was the best truck race of the season. If Cup is half as good as this race, I'd be happy. Oh, you freaking idiot. This was one of the 4 worst races in 2019 in trucks. Because there was Benson World, there was Bush Country, there was Iowa, there was Talladega. Like, any one of those could be declared the worst, and I guess depending on some people, probably even Homestead could qualify as a worst. So one of those 5 races would have been like the Truck Series worst race of the year. So you're nowhere close, dude. Nowhere close. Oh, and back to Super Claude. Super Claude can't even respect opinions. Sometimes when someone makes a meme about Michael Waltrip, Super Claude comes out and says that they are a troll. I could go on and on about all the stuff that he's done. Believe me, we all can. We all can. So the next Timothy Peters decides to win Michigan, right? Because all the contenders were crashed out by that point. So, yeah. One of the members of the Austin Hill fan club makes an illegitimate comment that apparently 6 people decided to agree upon. See, Austin Hill is a legit talent. Sure, he had an up and down year, but most of that was due to mechanical and reliability issues, aside from that isolated incident with Sauter. Yeah, a legit talent in a truck series, truck ride that was supposed to win the championship because that's what happened last year, right? Like, he's supposed to win in that truck. Even I could win in that truck. That's how good it is, right? What an idiot. But the dumb part about this was the response from a fellow member of the Austin Hill fan club, and the first appearance of one of maybe 3 contenders for the 2019 NASCAR YouTube Community Idiot of the Year. Because in response to that inept comment comes a more inept comment. I only like him because he pisses off female kamikaze. This is what I'm talking about. Like, if you have a legit reason for liking a driver, then okay. If your reason for liking a Yahoo is because he's an enemy of mine, that's not a legit reason to like somebody! If someone comes up to you and asks who your favorite driver in the truck series is, and you say it's Austin Hill and it's because he pissed off Ultimate23Dragon that one time, that's not a legit reason for liking somebody! Oh my god. And now NASCAR on this ragical path to the destruction to try and kill the truck series. And I'm just not satisfied with what they did here. Like, the Bensonville truck race has been up and down, but it's been mostly down, and this is one of the worst ones they ever had. Not because of who won, but because of all the stuff that happened before it. Like, dumbass winning was the cherry on top for NASCAR on this one. And they came so close to killing the truck series once and for all this year. Actually, in 2019, but you know what I mean. So I rage out against NASCAR. Happy now, NASCAR? If you didn't kill the truck series at Texas or Iowa, you sure as heck did here. You got every single thing you wanted, and then some. And I'm sure as heck not counting on Austin Hill being disqualified since he's your new guy now. And that's a proven obvious fact, so don't even try and dispute that. And here come the clowns. Yeah, I can see why a lot of people don't like you. Dude, if Austin Hill is the reason you think people don't like me, then you obviously have been here for like 2 days. Well, you seem like life was fun. What did Superclaw send you? So obviously I respond to the first idiot. Because of all the things NASCAR has done over the years, and not one but all 3 national touring series has made me tremendously pessimistic about their present and future? Gee, I thought it was because I was the anti-Daftron Foster with a weird voice, but okay. I mean, both of those are reasons why people think you're annoying, so yeah. What 6 idiots agreed with this? Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong. Which part? I don't follow. Smart one over here. You know, I would believe that you were actually calling me smart, but then you did that stupid uppercase, lowercase bullcrap, so I know you're kidding. These are strong roots coming from someone that with an IQ at the same room as temperature. What 4 dumbasses agreed with that? I could probably count them on here. Alright, Kamikaze Game, calm down. Your joke wasn't funny the first time. It's not funny this time either. Holy crap, I forgot that you were the mega retard that tried to start shit with BFM Lamo. Okay, dumbass? I'm not the one who started that. He is. Get yourself deneuralized and unbrainwashed from Darian's grip. Do I make myself clear here? Hey, Kamikaze's rage is pure enjoyment. Ultimate Dragon's rage are just too overdramatic. That's probably the closest thing to the truth said so far in this entire segment. So, yeah. Yeah, but they both make me root for drivers I either don't care about or hate just so I can see them rage. Hold up. You're telling me the leader of the Austin Hill fan club was originally an Austin Hill hater before Iowa? Is this correct? Is this idiot right here the leader of the Austin Hill fan club just because of me? Is this correct? Is this correct? Why would they give Hill special treatment over anyone else? Because he's an enemy of one of NASCAR's enemies, so in that logic, they make some allies with NASCAR. Also, he's a ride snatcher, so... I mean, all I heard from this was Austin Hill won, so Sauter didn't, so this sport is dead because of that. That is the dumbest possible thing that you could have ever said. Your logic says that it's all that depends on Johnny Sauter for saving NASCAR. Like, I could say that a decade ago, and it still would not have worked out. Because by that logic, my guys would have to win all the time in order for NASCAR to be saved, which would be nice, but not logical. It doesn't work that way. This race had plenty of action and an exciting finish. No, it did not. Shut up. But this race not meeting your expectations makes this race pathetic and you pessimistic about the series. I'm really sorry, but this comment is just such a joke and I couldn't ignore it. Okay, race night meeting expectations. What expectations? I've been pessimistic about NASCAR for the longest time now. I don't have expectations when it comes to NASCAR anymore. My only expectation is I hope a good guy wins. Not my guy, a good guy. And there's not that many bad guys in NASCAR. And they win more often than not. I wonder how that happens. And pessimistic about the series? Yeah, because how many times do I have to explain it to you? NASCAR's been trying to kill the truck series for years, even before Austin Hill became a thing. Oh, jeez. What's this dumbass about to say? Sounds like they're just salty because Sauter's washed up and fresh talent is taking over. He'll earn this one and is a wheelman. Fresh talent, my ass. This guy is a douche who's afraid to respond. No, the douches have been responding, believe me. I don't know why you're bitching about NASCAR or Austin Hill for that matter. If you don't like what NASCAR is doing, just simply don't watch the races. Also, do yourself a favor and shut your mouth because all I hear is the BS coming from your mouth and you're making yourself a fool just out of yourself. R/ I had a stroke? And she's also the kind of person where you criticize a female, you're instantly sexist. There's the dumbass comment I was looking for! That one right there! Remember earlier when I talked about that you people hating on Natalie Decker just because Darian says to hate on her? That's not a legit reason. That's not a legit reason. That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you criticize the female and you have legitimate reasons, I can easily debate that with you. That'd be no problem. Like, if your excuse is, well, she had an average finish of 26 and ran 7 races, I don't see that much. I don't see why people see her interesting. Instead, she's an Instagram model. That's a damn good reason to hate on Natalie Decker. That's not a legit reason at all. That is fucking stupid. That's just you guys trying to find excuses for being a fucking idiot. Dumbass. Sorry, loser. Blame NASCAR caused the race to didn't. What? Sore loser. Blame NASCAR caused the race didn't end the way you want it to. Pathetic. I don't see the sore loser part. The sore loser actually won the race this time, so. I know, right? Not even Kamikaze Games would think that, lol. Huh? No, dude. Have you seen how Austin Hill has raced this year? He's more of the sore winner type. Nice try, though. Sore winner? Lil, stop whining. A sore winner type? I didn't say it was a sore winner here. So that's the end of that dumbassery, and somehow we're nearly a half hour into this. That explains how long this segment is. So now we go to Bush Country, where everything blows up in NASCAR's face. They had engines assorted for ThorSport, created by a manufacturer that conveniently had all the championship contenders for ThorSport blow engines, and eliminated the 2 good guy ThorSport championship contenders, one of my guys, and the most consistent driver. That eliminates them because of BS stuff going on with the engines. But what does anybody say about this? Thank you, engine. Sauter is such a failure. You need to go back to English class. Because it's supposed to be, thank you for trying, Sauter. Your engine was such a failure. So, nice try. And for once, someone who's a part of the Austin Hill fan club actually made something that I could agree with. Then why does he have ThorSport's only win of 2019? This was my point exactly. And then comes another Claude. That was before his suspension caused him to lose his talent. And the only thing I could think of in response to that was, and I said it here, so Austin Hill stole Johnny Sauter's talent like he's the alien from space with the Space Jam movie who steals the talent of the NBA players. Gotcha. I am so happy 3 people got that. Austin Hill didn't steal his talent. He was just involved in a mishap. Okay. And then another dumbass appears. Yeah, because apparently his strong performance at Young's and HRE beforehand, Daytona win included, meant nothing. So he had to use magic voodoo powers to suck the performance out of others. Even when I say an obvious joke, the frickin' idiots don't get it. This is what I'm talking about, Darian. Even if I say a joke, nobody gets it. That's why everything in the universe is not a joke. So of course I had to respond with the obligatory r/whoosh. And then for whatever reason this was a thing. Literally explain to me while you're typing like you're narrating a Harry Potter book. So much clownery whenever you're in any comment section of them now. Because trolls like to follow me for no damn reason. That's the easy answer. But here's the real answer. Because whenever I try to explain anything in simple terms, they never get it. That's been an ongoing problem for years. It's not my fault others don't see the actual problem or the truth in a whole boatload of cases. I'm trying to prevent this community from turning into a circus, not become its ringleader. I'm not Super Claude, you know. But this person shows me a legit problem. But even explaining things like that, obviously there's going to be morons in the comments because literally 85% of the people commenting are under the age of 12 or have a Nokia for a brain. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. It's sad. Speaking of sad, there's this pattern that NASCAR has. When something they really, really, really approve of happens, they'll replay that moment on their YouTube channel again, and again, and again. Like, when the William Byron Brad Keselowski thing at Daytona happened, in the middle of 2019 happened, they had 11 different videos on that one moment. 11! And I can go back further in that, when Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano had that incident in the Steve Burns Memorial Race, or the tribute race, before what happened to Burnsy. They had a crash on the front straightaway before the first rain delay. They had something like 10 different videos on that. So to the surprise of no one, they did this, showing an own personal video of Austin Hill passing Ross Chastain on old tires for the win in Busch Country. Another fabulous race in the eyes of NASCAR, right? So, not exactly happy here, especially with the BS involved in Thor Sports engines. And I guarantee you that if Crafton was eliminated, NASCAR would have said, no, we're going to negate all the eliminations and have a round of 4 exit, which might have been the preview for what NASCAR did with the Truck Series this year in terms of the stupidity of not getting rid of the playoff but adding on to it, because great idea. Anyway, back to this. Dumbass alert! Everybody not job Ultimate23Dragon must be upset right now. Your tears taste delicious. I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm not one who really cries over anything. Like, the last time I can legitimately remember myself crying, and I mean crying, was the day Dan Weldon died. Because my usual reaction to death is anger and rage and upset emotion, or in a lot of cases involving my family, consoling the family member most affected. It's usually either my mom or my dad. But with Weldon, it was way different. That was the last time I can legit, and it's funny you're talking about Busch Country at this point, because that's where it happened. That's the last time I can legit remember crying. So, your dumbassery does not affect me. Not in this instance. But I do have to make a comment to show you that I do observe your stupidity in this instance. Also, you calling me a nut job confirms that you were brainwashed by Darian, thanks. Because obviously this Mitch Colburn guy put himself in contention for the 2019 NASCAR YouTube Community Idiot of the Year Award. Wow, you must really be up there with Crazy Boo Hunter for this year's NASCAR YouTube Community Idiot of the Year Award to think that I'm a nut job. And here I thought Crazy Boo Hunter had that locked up months ago. Austin Hill, that was a big statement win. No, it wasn't, dumbass. It's country. Bad things always happen in booch country. Now, why does a winning interview reaction have 124 comments? Because the Austin Hill fan club decided to come out in full force just to bug little old me. I vent my emotions towards this idiot since the beginning of the year. Not the middle, the beginning of the year. And this is what happened. Austin Hill is starting to show his talent at the best time. You do realize he already showed his talent at Texas and Iowa, thank you. Where was his talent when he took Moffit's ride? Which was the original problem to begin with. Still not buying it. Well, I mean, he was able to win 3 times this season already with championship equipment. So, yeah, I think he has talent. Win 3 times in championship equipment. He's supposed to win in championship equipment. That's how he can try to prove his worth. But since the issue is at not only Texas and Iowa, but also Chicagoland, because NASCAR does not want to divulge that information because they forget that Austin Hill's actually a bad guy. And people are sympathetic towards Grant Enfinger. Then, how are people not getting this? How are people not getting this? He first showed it by winning his first ever start with the team at Daytona. Yeah, Daytona, a race literally anyone can win. Though to be fair, 3/4 of the field were wrecked. Thank you again for improving another point. But he proved it again by holding off Creed to win at Michigan. Yes, a guy who's never won in the Truck Series before, and an underdog, and was put in that position because everyone else had crashed out. And now he races down and beats one of the best in the Truck Series to advance himself into the championship. Ross Chastain was on older tires. I think you forgot that part. I know you'll probably stick to your biased bullshit because you won't let go of the past, but I just thought I'd tell you some actual facts for once. Brett Moffit's not one of my guys. And what 4 dumbasses agreed with you on that? Oh, I see one of them right there, Crazy Boo Hunter, of course. So I tell him the obvious story, what everyone knows by now about Brett Moffit and the fact that he was cheated out because of garbage and BS and all that stuff. And someone tries to respond, well, he has all these other sponsors, so they've had sponsors on the truck, so yes, he has money. How are they not getting this? How are they not getting this? How are they not getting this? Do they not see what the problem here is? I mean, to be fair, I was also surprised when I first saw that Hill was going to drive the 16 given the financial crisis that Tory was having. When I first saw it, I literally said out loud to myself, this guy has funding. I honestly thought that he would pick up some rich kid with some famous company who probably didn't know how a stock car really worked, which they did. Instead, they actually picked up a driver with real talent and is able to hold sponsorship and have enough payment to field an Xfinity car. Even Kamikaze was impressed by that decision, and that was saying something. Looks like someone wasn't paying attention to him when he was driving the O2 last year. You do realize the Truck Series is the series I watch the most, right? So obviously I would notice him, yes. Yeah. Why do you think I keep calling him the next Timothy Peters? You do know that Timothy Peters is mainly a truck guy. An illegitimate truck guy, but a truck guy nonetheless. Actually, I have. There's a reason I kept calling him the next Timothy Peters. He's somewhat decent, but then he replaces a championship caliber driver, and now all of a sudden people thinks he's somebody, though he actually isn't. That's been the problem since the very start. Iowa had nothing to do with it. So I vent against the dumbass. Buzz off, Hale. You're total garbage and have no business in that ride, let alone this series. And here comes the dumbass fan club. But yet he has three times this season, dumbass, and you call him trash. Hill has every right to be in this series, and that right is just as much as every driver in the field. Hill has proven that he is a talented racer, and has shown it here again. Bullshit. I'm fine with your bias between Hill and Sauter, as you refuse to let go of something that happened months ago. But saying Hill does not deserve to be in this series is just childish. You do realize, once again, that started with Moffit, not Sauter, right? You do know that this was before Daytona, not at Iowa, right? Like, this is bad as Super Claude keeps saying, it's nothing personal, and he keeps poking the bear. How many times do I have to explain this? It does not start at Iowa, it started before Daytona. It did not start with Sauter, it started with Moffit. That's where the problem started. It escalated at Iowa, but it started before Daytona. Do we get that now? Daytona. Moffit. Start with Moffit. Not Sauter. Moffit. Yeah, 3 wins. Contending for a championship? What a trash driver, dude. Oh, there's a stupid comment I've been waiting for. Which one? And seriously, has everyone forgotten that Hill essentially sold the championship-winning ride from the championship-winning driver, Brett Moffit, using a lie that he had sponsorship to fund Hattori's team? Yet has to continuously look for sponsorship money on a consistent basis, something he admitted at Iowa. Hill's problem started way before the season even started. It only escalated after what Hill pulled on Sauter not once but twice. You guys don't pay attention to the truck series as much as you guys think you do. And thank you to the 3 people who got that message. And Crazy Boo Hunter, I know you were talking about me. So, of course, you once again try to claim the title of dumbest person in the NASCAR YouTube community. And then here comes the, I told you guys sponsorship because of Hill. Garbage. Blah, 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 blah. This makes him talentless, how? Dude, I never questioned his height. I'm positive he's pretty tall. You guys have always said he's pretty big. I never questioned his height. I questioned his legitimacy. That's what I'm questioning. Thank you. Pretty sure a guy with 3 wins has something there to him. In the championship-winning ride, stupid. Do you not get this? Oh yeah, you! I mentioned you earlier. I knew you would make another appearance in this video. So all those times United Rentals jumped on board were just in our heads? You just saw that your beloved Sauter got knocked out. We can all see it. Just shut up and accept it or continue making an ass of yourself. Your choice. Moffit, 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 Moffit! It started with Moffit, not Sauter! Are you guys blind? Don't worry, she's just kamikaze games, but not funny. I wasn't trying to be funny, doofus. I was trying to make you learn a lesson here. Oh, by the way, Crazy Boo Hunter, when I said Idiot of the Year, I was actually referencing you. Don't think I'm not aware of the dumb things you've been saying about boatloads of other people in the community. You've become pretty infamous pretty quickly. And also, this isn't about being a hater. It's just about unworthy drivers getting a proven seat because of supposed money. Austin Hill is not as worthy as you guys think. He's no different than Timothy Peters a decade ago. Like, how many times have I seen you guys complain, oh, that driver has a bunch of money on his side because of his family and all that stuff. That's the only reason he has this ride. How many times have I seen you guys complain about that? But yet you won't do it to Austin Hill because, oh, he had one encounter with Johnny Sauter. Now we all of a sudden love him, huh? That does not make a damn lick of sense. That's the problem here. Oh, another dumbass. I don't recall you being this bitchy about Hill before Iowa, so that kind of makes you a hater. No. Also, Hill's average finish 12.8 is higher than Sauter's 13.3. By a half position. Whoopee. That's after 3 consecutive outside top 30 finishes for Hill. Once again, proving my point. See, here's what you don't understand. Just because I don't say it doesn't mean I don't have that opinion. Like, Literally everyone said, why is Austin Hill getting the 16? It does not make sense for him to get the 16. Why did Hattori ditch Moffit? That is stupid. And they raged out against him because of it. I too had that thought. But everybody else said it for me. So I didn't have to make a video about that. But you guys kept escalating the problem, and all of a sudden, oh, Austin Hill had an issue with Johnny Sauter. Let's cheer for him now! That's not how it works. Same thing goes for that idiot Denny Hamlin. Oh, Denny dumped Chase Elliott. Let's hate on him. 2 years later, oh, he's being protected by Joey Logano who's charging him. Let's cheer him now. No. And for the record, that plan massively backfired because everyone had the assumption that NASCAR was going to hand him the championship, even though fans like me knew it was going to be Kyle Busch or Kevin Harvick, and it was probably going to be Kyle Busch to fit the vengeance for J.D. Gibbs narrative. Because they weren't going to give it to J.D.'s best friend because Denny wasn't a mega baddie. Everyone assumed that was going to be the case, so that's why they hated on Hamlin. So, yeah, it backfired. But back to this dumbass and his fan club. I've watched every single truck race this season, so you saying Hill is total garbage and doesn't deserve a truck ride in the truck series is complete bullshit. Yet he has 3 wins this year and has a chance for a championship. Shows how freaking stupid you are, Dragon. Yes, he has a chance in the championship and in the truck series ride that won the championship the year prior. Shouldn't that be a thing? Hello? Anybody? Like, it would make sense for the guy who's driving the truck that won the championship the year prior to have a chance at the championship because it's the same damn truck. Still does not make him worthy. Then much more blah, 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 blah. And then I'll make this observation. The next time a good driver is replaced by a driver who may or may not have money, I don't want to see you guys defending the new driver. Deal? Honestly, I'm just thrusting through all this stuff because we're 45 minutes into this, and I don't think we're even halfway through. That's how bad the Austin Hill fan club was. And then me and Crazy Boo Hunter just blah, blah, blah again, and blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to shut him up. He's trying to be a whiny idiot. And then people want to rage out against me, even though it's the other people doing this. Just try and get over this situation and move on for now. I'm over it. It's the other people raging out against me. That's the problem. So when they do races and being possibly a championship contender makes you trash, well, by that logic, I guess everyone can say that every NASCAR driver is trash on us, even Ross Chastain. Wow, you stupid. Did Ross Chastain ride snatch the ride he got at Nice Motorsports? I don't think so. Like, why do I even try to communicate with this community if 90% of the people now are trolls? Like, what's the point? Is there any point to continue with this community? I really don't know if there is. Like this idiot, for example. Didn't even bother arguing with this person. She's literally the biggest retard in the community. I think the Austin Hill fan club says otherwise, so... yeah. It's true, because when Chase Elliott wins, you don't see these kind of comments. Huh? Chase Elliott's not a ride snatcher, nor does he dump people for no reason, nor lie about having sponsors for a full season to get a championship ride. There's no reason to bring Chase Elliott into this conversation, just so y'all know. And also I rage out against Farmer Phil and his biggest retard comment by making the assumption, now that I apparently figured out that Crazy Boo Hunter is a female. So, thanks for that. So, after that debacle of a comment, I post a separate comment to stop the ridiculousness. And I just ask a simple question. Will somebody please explain, since when did we start endorsing Austin Hill as a good and worthy driver? Last I checked, as I explained throughout this entire segment, everyone hated him because he was given Brett Moffit's championship ride without having to prove his worth. Now, all of a sudden, we love him, even after all the drama he's caused, and especially the drama he caused throughout the summer months? Is embracing stupidity really the it thing in the community now? I get one person giving me a legit reason why he likes Austin Hill. I always liked Austin Hill. I started liking him last year when he drove the O2 trucking top 10 after top 10. And then here come the dumbasses. You want to know about stupidity and bad drivers being an Andy Houston fan. What does Andy Houston have to do with this? Are you kidding me? What the, really? I asked a legitimate question and this is the answer I get? You clearly think Hill doesn't have any talent, but he's one hell of a step up from Houston, who you love so much. It's hypocritical of you to call Hill a bad driver when Houston was a complete flop. Yes, please tell me more about this perennial championship contender of the Cup Series that is PPI Motorsports. Craven won races with them. Scott Pruitt at least managed a top 10 with them. Travis Coffin was better too while we're at it. Okay, another newbie. Lovely. All right. Ricky Craven's 2 race wins with PPI came because A, Martinsville 2001, Kevin Harvick proved his ignorance and stupidity again. And then at Darlington in 2003, Craven won by about this much. So, after Craven left PPI Motorsports, Cal Wells, the owner, just flat out didn't care. He essentially used all the drivers he ever had to try and get tied in McDonald's money at his own attempt at a failed open wheel invasion. Like, you hear about the open wheel invasion of the mid-2000s and all that stuff. It started in the early 2000s when that idiot Cal Wells tried to bring in Scott Pruitt in the Cup Series and Anthony Lazzaro, if you remember that name, in, back then, the Busch Series. Because Anthony Lazzaro was going to be the original driver of the 96 and Cup. Once Lazzaro, flopped, that's when they brought in Andy Houston. And because Andy Houston was not Anthony Lazzaro, he was guinea pigged. He was basically used for McDonald's money. McDonald's figured that out and pulled the plug on the entire thing. Carlos didn't give a damn about Andy, so don't even start with that. Don't even start with that. You're going to lose this argument from the start. Yeah, because if you think Andy Houston's bad, look up Anthony Lazzaro if you want to see what a real bad driver looks like. And this is what I get. Look now, Lazzaro was awful in NASCAR, I won't deny that, but your conspiracy theories border on insane. What conspiracy theory? What did I say in that entire thing that was a conspiracy? Hey, Dragon, I'm trying to read these race highlights and read the comments, hoping there'll be a little more information about the race. Your dumbass is in every comment just talking shit. Get your fat ass out of the house, do a good deed for once, and get the freaking side off YouTube. No one cares about your opinions anyway, but you've never even been to a NASCAR race. Newbie. I've been to plenty of different races at Richmond, especially when it comes to the Busch Series races, especially in the early 2000s and even the mid-2000s. And, why do people like this keep coming up? I just don't understand why these people keep coming up. I really don't. This is just getting frustrating at this point. All I did was ask a question. And I'm getting dumb remark after dumb remark. And apparently, I'm the Yahoo for asking a question. That's all I did. Ask a question. And I'm the bad guy for asking a question. Really? And honestly, I've considered getting off YouTube for a little while now, especially after 2015, as I admitted it in my previous countdown video, the iconic moments of the 2010s. I admitted that in the video. And now I'm wondering if I should have stuck to that. This is one of the bullshit reasons why. Because of people like this. But that being said, dude, I bet that I've been watching racing longer than you even thought about it. Also, I'm only in 4 different comment conversations out of 17 on this very video, and only 2 of them were started by me. So just watch the video and move on, kid. Sad way to spend a day. Oh, associating with people is a sad way to spend the day, like you are in the very comment sector that we're talking about here. Huh? She hasn't. Half of her videos are just self-entitled whining while sitting in her bedroom. Actually, I'm in my living room, so no. And self-entitled whining? Where am I saying that I should be a NASCAR driver? Show me one video of mine where I said I should be a NASCAR driver in this series. I could do better than 95% of these people and all that garbage and stuff. Yeah, show me the video where I say that. Show me. Oh, and wrecked? No. Where am I wrecked here? You're seriously still salty about this? Geez, just leave him be. The man has true talent and has proven himself to the fans that he's a contender for wins. A majority of the fans left Iowa behind and moved on. Can't you say the same? I did. My question did not have any reference to Iowa. I was asking why the fans are now all of a sudden endorsing him after what happened before Daytona. See, this is the problem here. The thing that I'm not letting go of is the ineptitude of the illegitimacy of people not being logical in terms of their reasons for liking or disliking things. It's one of the main points of the Suspend Austin Hill video. We'll get to that later on. By the way, your channel sucks. Well, I'm positive that your channel is doing much more better than mine. Aww. So obviously this is a Claude channel, so I'll just ask. Alright, whose burner or alternate or backup account is this? This dumbass said your mama's. Dude, my mom doesn't even know about this channel. So, you lose on that front. So, of course, he wants to use a bad joke, so I hashtag him. Hashtag overused bad joke alert. And this dumbass responds with, why would you use a hashtag on YouTube, jackass? So, obviously, I call him out badly. Why would you use a stupid, old, annoying, bad, and dumb joke? And that was the end of that. So, by this point, I'm pissed off that I'm not getting answers. I'm getting stupid responses. Like, he's better than Andy Houston. Well, you're not letting the past go and all that stuff. This is your mama's burner account on YouTubers bullshit. So, at this point, I'm pissed off. So, I just flat out ask, why are you guys going to such lengths to defend Austin Hill so damn much all of a sudden? And then this idiot again. Why did you make a 32-minute video defending Johnny Sauter for behaving like a child? Somebody didn't watch the video! Because the video primarily was not about Sauter. And of course this idiot responds with me, why would I willingly watch that? Thanks for proving my point. Thanks for proving my point. Why did you assume what the video was about? Spoiler alert, it actually wasn't primarily about Sauter. Call it a hunch as one of your favorites is Sauter. And you do realize the video is mainly about Austin Hill, his actions, and his attempt of a response, and the community tragedy that is the constant fan hypocrisy for most of the video, right? If you know about the video, then surely you would have seen that Austin Hill, not Johnny Sauter, was on the thumbnail. Surely you would have got that, right? Surely? Can you shut up? Go away? Get over it? Something other than this, please? I came here to see what people thought of the race. I've become a fan of Hill as of recently, so I love that he won. Thanks for proving my point again. And seeing you complain multiple times in the comments is just fucking obnoxious. Is he serious? Is he freaking serious right now? Okay. Me asking a couple questions why people are defending and rooting for Hill all of a sudden when he was being bashed like crazy for taking Brett Moffat's ride at the beginning of the year equals me and him complaining. I'll make note of that. You have an over half-hour-long video on your channel with hashtag suspend Austin Hill in both the thumbnail and the title. Well, yeah, that was the name of the video, so yes, it is complaining. You do realize that the Vegas race had nothing to do with what happened with Austin Hill at Iowa, right? If I had to wager a bet, I'd say that you're a fan of Sauter, and you're just mad HRE dropped Moffit in favor of Hill due to sponsorships. And or lack thereof. Which caused GMS, who Sauter had been very successful with, to dump him onto ThorSport and pick up Moffit. Now that Sauter is vastly underperforming compared to before, you blame Hill for starting this whole mess. No. I don't see the logic of this. I really don't. If Hill was with another ride, or if Hill did what he did, not in a Hattori ride, then Hill's situation would not have started with Moffit. The Hill situation with Moffit started the Hill problem. If Hill did not replace Moffit and Hill did what he did to Sauter at Iowa, then the Hill problem would have started at Iowa. But because it started with Moffit, that made Hill's situation much more worse. As for the GMS thing, Spencer Gallagher was always the priority driver, right? So once he retired, for whatever reason, and there's still speculation on why that happened, but we don't know. That's when that team started going in another direction. Because in case you haven't noticed, they shut down after 1 year with John Hunter Nemechek. And then all of a sudden they boost back their truck program. I think they were upset they were more successful with Sauter than they were with Gallagher. So that might be the reason they did what they did. And considering that the primary sponsor for the GMS crew, Allegiant Air, is now sponsoring the Las Vegas Traders football team, do not be surprised if within 5 years GMS is gone. If not shorter. Don't be surprised. I'm not sure as to why GMS did what they did, because they go to 2 teams from 4, and now they're going back to 4 teams. Huh? That doesn't make sense at all. It really doesn't. Oh, and by the way, since you're a newbie apparently, the reason Sauter left ThorSport the first time to go to GMS is because Sauter knew that as long as he stayed with ThorSport, he was going to be guinea pigging to Crafton. Because Crafton has always been the priority driver as long as he's been with ThorSport. That's why Crafton never left, by the way. So, that was the thing about that. I don't see how you don't get that unless you're a newbie and you don't understand the situation, so hopefully I explain it to you. But that's the entire situation behind that. And we're past the hour mark. That's lovely. So, hopefully you guys get that now. I really hope you do. And then It is underperforming. He had at least 3 wins every season with GMS in his previous seasons with them, but only 1 win so far with ThorSport. Because he's not the priority guy. Oh my god. If Sauter has nothing to do with it, then why is Sauter hate mentioned in the same video where you call for the suspension of Hill? Because NASCAR! Like, even if it was another driver, even if it was... maybe... who'd be a good driver to use in this instance? If it was... Sheldon Creed. If Sheldon Creed had done that with Johnny Sauter, then NASCAR would all of a sudden start to like him because they don't like Sauter. Then they would make Sheldon Creed their new it guy. And then all of a sudden he'd be doing all these amazing, spectacular things. It just so happens in this instance it was Austin Hill. And his situation was made worse to begin with because of the Brett Moffit thing. Like, how do you not get that? How do you not get that? Like, you gotta be watching racing for a very long time like I have to see these things. These are not conspiracies. This is not ridiculousness. This is not phony baloney. These are things that I have observed watching racing for well over 2 decades. I've been watching auto racing, and NASCAR especially, most of my life. And I was born in 1990. I've seen these things. If you guys are newbies to this, then learn up on your history. Use my channel for a reference if you need to. Like, how do you not get that? How do you not get that? Don't get brainwashed by NASCAR stupidity, y'all. I spent a lot of years building up this community to make it better. Don't let the idiocy of NASCAR ruin it. Please. As for people not originally approving of Hill, so what? People didn't like him at first because it didn't make sense to drop a multi-win championship driver for someone who they probably thought wouldn't win. And now Hill has proved them wrong and changed their minds. Their original opinions don't matter anymore. That would be legitimate if not for the fact that he's in the championship right to begin with. This is what I'm talking about. How are they not getting this? That's more on NASCAR than anything. For whatever reason, they've hated on Sauter for years. Probably because he races dirty drivers dirty when they race him dirty, which includes guys NASCAR likes, while racing clean drivers clean. That's something I said in the Austin Hill video. Show me the time where Johnny Sauter paid Shane Meal back for causing the big one in 2002 where he flipped. Show me the time where Johnny Sauter paid back Michael Waltrip for stealing his win at Nashville in 2004. Show me the time he paid Ron Hornaday back for stealing his Texas win in 2011. Show me the time where he paid Talbot back for Talbot beating Onion Head in Daytona 2009. None of those ever happened. None of those ever happened. None of them. As for ThorSport leaving, and this is something I already explained, Sauter was the guinea pig of ThorSport. That's why he went to GMS, and obviously it proved what he had believed. That Sauter is way better than ThorSport was making him look out to be. Oh yeah, fun fact. Only one driver won at ThorSport in 2019. It wasn't the champion. It was Sauter. What's that tell you? What does that tell you? As for the fan approval, don't you find it a little suspicious that everyone all of a sudden approves of and likes Hill after the incidents at Texas, Iowa, and Chicago, despite Hill being the bad guy all 3 times? I do. And based on what I'm seeing, I hate the main reason I've been given for this so-called change of heart in terms of Hill. We like Austin Hill because he makes Ultimate23Dragon angry. That is the stupidest saying. We don't like Natalie Decker because she's on Instagram. That is a dumbass reason. So now we get to some good news at this point. When Austin Hill was eliminated, and NASCAR, by some miracle, decided to not pull a fake disqualification to eliminate somebody just to put him in. So, okay. Oh, and look at that face. So, obviously, the only way to convey, here's something new, a positive reaction. A positive reaction to something. Let's go back to that one idiot said, "Does she have anything positive to say?" Well, there it is, something positive. So how do you convert English to idiot so the idiots can understand what you're saying? Comment a meme. So I commented that stupid dancing crab meme, and I think that's just how it works. So you wanted me to say something positive, so this is it, right here. I said something positive. Inform that idiot who says this, I don't say anything positive. Anyway. Sorry, Bush, but you'll be seeing more of him next year. Well, yeah, he re-signed with the team for some reason, so... And here's a fun fact. I waited an hour after that video was released to post that. Right at the hour mark, I post that comment. Just to see who'd be the first idiot to react. Crystal John is the loser. So I got him badly on that. Don't you have anyone else to go troll and garner attention from? Did you literally just stalk this video for well over an hour just waiting for me to say anything? And thank you to the 3 people who figured that out. And then here comes the rest of the idiot fan club, right? I did the same thing when Crybaby Bitch Sauter was eliminated, but you probably think you should hand him the championship every year. Okay, first of all, Crybaby Bitch was never eliminated. He won the Cup Championship that year, thank you. Second of all, huh? Dude, have you not followed the problem here? Have you not followed the pattern here? I'm a believer in fair and legit competition. Even Sauter has to earn a ride and a championship. That's something Hill hasn't done. That's been the problem since the very start. He never earned that ride. Thank you. Well, he's only been in the competitive ride 1 year, and he's got 3 wins, so you have to wait more than 1 year. And yet, if I say the same thing about Natalie Decker, you guys will say that she's the most unworthy person in NASCAR history and say she would be out of NASCAR immediately. Shut up, you hypocritical dumbasses. Also, and what did Austin Hill do to earn that ride? That's been the point. And then this clock continues. Overperformed in not-so-good young motorsport equipment because you're at your crush Johnny Sauter once doesn't mean he's talentless. At least someone can spell talentless right. He's better than washed-up Sauter. You really want to do this? All right. Hill has wrecked Sauter twice this year, not once. How can Sauter be washed up when he has ThorSport's only win? Sauter's married and I have a boyfriend, so that attempt at a joke is stupid. And you're telling me that Austin Hill, who only had 8 top 10s in his entire career up to that point, is totally worthy of that Hattori ride in comparison to the reigning champion who rose them to relevance and won the title for them. Austin Hill is nothing more than just another Timothy Peters. That's all he is shown to be. That's all he's proven to be. And that's all he'll ever be. That's been the point. Hopefully you guys got that now. Nope, because I had someone say, fuck you, bitch. Shut up. And then another Claude comes in. You know, I can go on a rant on how Hill had a season 10 times better than Sauter and will probably have another good season next year and how you're still stuck in the past and constantly covering your ears. Whenever says that Hill has actual talent, which he does. No, he doesn't. Though this was posted about 4 days ago, so I'm not going to. You posted it anyway, idiot. Where do I get these people? Why do idiots still have to come attack me for no reason? providing facts. Now, here's the funny part. Another YouTubian buddy posted a cute comment. Ultimate23Dragon, happiness noises. Okay. And here comes Dumbass's fan club again. Something along the lines of, ha, take that, you bitch. That's karma for trying to screw Frieza at the start or some shit. Okay. If you guys learn any one thing in history from my channel in any video, let it be this. Karma does not exist. I'll repeat that again for you. Let this sink into your brains. Karma does not exist. Ugh, can't wait to hear that. Despite having a season 10 times better than Sauter, she'll still bring up shit that happened years ago. Years ago? What happened years ago involving Austin Hale? There was no problem with Austin Hale until he took Brett Moffat's ride. That is what started to get us. What happened years ago to start this? Tell me what happened years ago. And somebody's laughing in the apartment right next to mine. That's nice. Can't wait to see what Hale does in 2020, though. Starting to become a real eye-catcher on the track. Why, because of all the garbage he's done? Whoopee? Why did she hate him that much? I mean, he can win races on, like, talentless rich kid Herbst. Which NASCAR tried to give him the win until Spencer Boyd took that idea away from him. But we'll just screw Johnny Sauter for the hell of it, right? Talladega, if you want a reference. Perhaps if they were side by side with Sauter, he never forced him on the yellow line. Anyway, the Iowa incident, that's not what started it! This is so fucking dumb. Well, Sauter is being an ass anyway, so... No, Hill was being the ass. Ugh. Are you saying she likes Herbst? Yeah, are you saying I like Herbst? Because by the logic everyone is saying, Riley Herbst should be a bad guy by now because of what he did at Talladega to start that entire debacle, right? Because he messed with Johnny Sauter, Riley Herbst should be a popular guy now because he did something to cause controversy to Johnny Sauter and make everything bad and all that stuff. Seriously, if you go to the Talladega Truck Series reactions video from Kamikaze Games, wait till you see that debacle go down. Oh my god. Because by that logic, the Austin Hill fan club should also be the Riley Herbst fan club, right? You guys should like Riley Herbst now because he did something controversial to do something to Johnny Sauter, right? And don't even get me started on that stupid hat lover, Spencer Boyd. I'll let Super Claude handle that. I'm just saying Hill has talent, unlike terrible Herbst. He has a bit more talent, but not that much. He really doesn't. Iowa, that's literally it. Oh, that's not literally it. Ugh. In case you haven't noticed, she's a Sauter fangirl. Sure. Sauter may be one of my guys, but I don't classify as a Sauter fangirl. And back to the point about Crazy Boo Hunter being the idiot of the year. Because prior to Benson World and that disaster of a race, he was raging out time and again against Kamikaze Games, right? Like, you can go back through his Twitter account and you can see all the stupid things Crazy Boo Hunter has said concerning Kamikaze Games. And then all of a sudden, the Benson World disaster happened, and the idiot says to Kamikaze Games, your crown of laughing stock has been revoked. There's literally some bitch that thinks NASCAR's dying because Austin Hill won Michigan. No, dumbass. NASCAR's been dying for way before this race ever happened. You're really dumb. You really are. So, after that, he admits that he all of a sudden likes kamikaze games because he hates me. Dragon would be the #1 worst NASCAR YouTuber. You like number 2 and 3 on the best list. This is after months and months of raging out against kamikazes. You see the problem with this guy now. So even after all that, and once again, thinking that I think that Austin Hill is short. 3rd win in the Truck Series season for Austin Hill at Las Vegas. And Ultimate23Dragon continues to call him talentless. Oh, jeez. I never said that he was short. Where do you see that? I cannot believe I spent nearly an hour and a half on the Austin Hill fan club. That's how stupid this entire situation is. And it's all because Hattori chose a Claude driver to replace his champion. Whether or not he had money. And we still don't know. This video is definitely going to be longer than the original video, and thank God for that, because I'm glad I put that thing for Reddit in the beginning so they don't complain. Oh, this is however long this video is. Oh, it's longer than the original and all that. You can blame Austin Hill for that, guys. Not because of Iowa, but because of what happened before Daytona. His entire 2019 season is why this video is this long. The Austin Hill fan club segment and how Uggsville that is 3/4 of the length of the original video. That's how bad this situation does. It blew Reddit away. It blew that Motorsports Fan 17 guy away. It blew Super Claude away. The entire Austin Hill fan club. You know what? The entire Austin Hill fan club, as well as their leader, Austin Hill himself. You guys are the 2019 NASCAR YouTube community idiots of the year. Give yourselves a round of applause. You out-stupided Reddit. You out-stupided illegitimate Kyle Busch fans. You out-stupided Super Claude. Oh, jeez. Alright. So, that's it for that. Sorry for this video being so damn long. Blame Austin Hill for that. And, oh, jeez. Yeah, it was this bad. So, that's it. And hopefully I don't have to do another one of these videos ever again. But the only reason I did this video is because the YouTubian buddies demanded it. And I don't know when my next video will be. I know a video that I want to do in March, but we'll see where that goes. Honestly, don't know if I'm going to do it at this point. There's been a lot of things going on. Like, things didn't get better here. It only got worse. And everything's falling apart again. And 2020 is going to be a throwaway year for NASCAR anyway, so I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. So, we'll see where all that goes. I wasted y'all's time long enough in this video. Just thank you, Austin Hill, for proving your ineptitude and exposing your fan base to me. I wish I had never met them, nor you. And I wish Hattori never hired you. So, thank you everyone for watching. Sorry for the ugliness towards the end. The situation was just so fucking stupid. It's just that bad. So, I'm just rambling on at this point, so I'll just end the video now. Thank you everyone for watching. This is Ultimate23Dragon, and that's my time.